has left funeral parlours under increasing pressure. They say they're running short of coffins. About 800 people dying daily in the past cycle of the virus, and this number is increasing exponentially in the resurgence. Over 31,000 people have died from complications related to the virus alone. I want to pick up on that strand of the story. Heidi Giokos, reporter, speaking today to some of those working in the sector. Heidi, there's absolutely no doubt that this is a sector that is battling. It is under pressure. What have you determined?
Most definitely under pressure, Jeremy. Earlier on, we were at a funeral parlour, indicating to us that they're actually running out of stock when it comes to coffins. And we're picking up a different kind of aspect to this when it comes to graves, when it's opening up of graves and closure of graves. We are joined by the owner of PM Grave Closure, Pitso Maleke. Thanks so much for your time. I would say that the rain is blessings. Yeah. But just speak to us about what you are facing in this very difficult time. We're in the second wave. We are experiencing a lot more deaths now in the second wave. Just tell us what you are experiencing as the industry.
We're experiencing a very big challenge because of now everything is not normal like it used to be. Like right now, as you can see, we've just received a call to dig a grave that is going to be burying tomorrow. And you need to have more capacity, you need to have more guys and everything. So the challenge, it's a lot of challenge.
And there's very big concern, perhaps you can shed some light on this, that we're running out of grave site space. Is that what you have been experiencing? And also, just with this particular opening of the grave, there's something called recycling now, where people are buried on top of each other. Just speak to us about how you guys are handling that and that experience.
Okay, so far I haven't seen the challenge of space because there are 3 different types of graves. You've got the reopen, you've got the next grave, which is here we're doing a reopen, and we've got a new grave. A new grave, it's the one that is being dug by TLP, but right now we're using the manual digging. And the shortage of graves, I haven't seen that. I would like to tend to differ with that because we've got another big cemetery in Soweto. It's called Elephant Flay Cemetery. That's the biggest cemetery of them all. So with space, I don't see that happening now.
Okay, speak to us about how you make sure that your staff as well as you are protected when you are closing a COVID-19 grave, and how's that experience been for you, given that it's of course very different and challenging times?
It is, because of when it comes to staff, we've got 970 guys that we need to have PPE, disposable clothes, whereby whenever there's a funeral, there's a COVID case, we need to wear all those disposable ones, and after using them, we throw them away. We buy them, and this disposable mask and sanitizer, and we must make it a point that after digging or closing the grave, they need to sanitize their hands, and then they need to always be conscious and with their mask on all the time.
And then just lastly, Pitso, this is obviously a very challenging time for your business, but also a time where you are very busy and probably under immense pressure. Just from a personal experience, how has this been for you, given that so many people are dying now from COVID-19? The numbers are looking quite shocking, and we are in our second wave. From a personal experience, how has it been for you?
You know, on my side, it's very touching, because of now we're talking death, we're talking bearings, the loved ones, and unfortunately I'm the only one who's doing grave closure, grave digging. Okay, grave digging are being helped by the municipality, but when it comes to grave closing, I don't have enough time to rest, because of in the morning from 4 o'clock I start picking up the guys to different cemeteries. Like now the funeral times have changed a little bit. We've got 8 o'clock funerals. Like today I was doing the other one in Pretoria, which was 8 o'clock, and in Kromplay Cemetery it was 8 o'clock. So it's from 8 o'clock in the morning. So when it's from 8 o'clock in the morning, you need to have a team here around about 7:30. You need to have a team into all these cemeteries. When we're talking Gauteng City Parks graves, we're talking from Deep Slot Cemetery to Enatel Cemetery. Those are 37 different cemeteries, and we're talking 5 hours, which is 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. But now, since this COVID thing started, we're starting to bury from 8 o'clock. And in Soweto, we've got about 197 funeral undertakers. That needs grave closure. Yeah. So I need to have more capacity. It drains me. I don't have enough time to think it's only all the mighty who's doing miracles for me.
Shane, thank you so much. We appreciate your time and we appreciate what you're doing. Thank you so much. So, Jeremy, I think that just creates a picture and reality check for what is actually happening on the ground. And now with COVID-19 deaths increasing, of course, they are under immense pressure to deal with the number of people that are dying, the opening of graves and the closure of graves.
Heidi, you're absolutely right. It's a disturbing first-hand account and a very salutary explanation of the real consequences of the pandemic. And I certainly join you in saluting your guest and his staff, who really seem to be under an enormous amount of pressure. It's a good interview. Thank you very much indeed. This is Friday.